I used to not like edibles. They made me feel heavy, kind of like in my head. Like I couldn't be as social and fun. But I think after a couple times doing it, all of a sudden I was like, oh, this is fun.
I did not try an edible until I was 41. When I was in my 20s, yes, I could have a couple drinks and get a buzz. I don't really get a buzz. What I get is I don't feel anything. Now I have the spins and I don't feel good and I'm just ready for the night to be over. So everybody else would be drinking and having fun. And I'm like, I am not in the silly place that you guys are.
When I know it's time to focus, I just be aligned. I'm on my grind.
Hi.
Hello.
I'd love to say, how are you? But like you said,
Same as I was.
same as you were 15 minutes ago. Did I get pink or red? I thought I picked a pink Starburst, but I think I picked red. But whatevs. It's not really a real Starburst. It's like a good for you Starburst.
No, it's good for you. It's good for me.
It's good for me. Oh, no, it looks pink. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Oh, I might break my teeth on
Very
this.
strawberry. Call the dentist.
Oh, my God.
What a day. When Dom just asked how many we recorded today and you said
7.
one, I was like, how is that possible? I thought filming multiple workouts in a day was exhausting.
I'm so over listening to my own voice.
I love it.
Listening to your voice.
Your voice. I'll never get tired of it. I'm glad we said action and then each put a starburst in our
Smart.
mouth.
We know how our fans love that.
Yeah, sorry guys. Don't worry, we'll be done in 20 minutes with the starburst. I'm getting drool on myself. I'm so sorry for making that sound in the mic. Okay, I'm going to get my shit together, everyone.
Hold on. I'm now choking on my spit.
It requires you to chew in the most rude way. Now, you got a lip smack. Next thing. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Tell me. Also, one is stuck in my teeth right now. There's something about the flavor of like whatever this candy is. It does something in your saliva when you go to swallow.
Oh, it makes you choke.
Yeah. Okay.
That happens to me. Like sometimes with mints. I'm like, this is burning my throat.
My throat.
Anyway.
Oh my God. Okay, well.
All right, we're here.
Now that took 10 minutes. Okay, so we didn't ask us anything. We said, what do you guys want to hear about? You hit us with every topic known to man. So, okay. There is a lot of this question, which I want to say we sort of addressed this a while ago, like what happened with BODi, that kind of thing. But there's a lot of questions. This one says, it makes me sad how you lost friends over Beachbody. Do you think there is a way to reconcile? Like, and then there's other ones. What happened with your friend group? Like, share more about your friend law. Like, Jesus. You guys, here, yes, BODi changed, friendships changed. That's really all I'm going to say about it. Like, there's not a need to go down a rabbit hole about it.
People DM me about this a lot because I'm still, because so much has changed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what you imagined happened is basically what happened. Like, things change. There's a falling out. There's like, everyone has feelings about it. And sometimes friendships come to an end.
Yes.
You know, like that's how I look at it. There's not like some big secret that went down in my opinion.
No, I think if you follow along, you can see what happened.
Yeah. Right.
Like there's nothing more than what meets the eye.
Yeah.
That's what I will say. And so there's that. Can you give more details on your private group? What do you offer and what does it cost? So our private group is actually coming to an end. We've been running it for the last couple of months. I have my app launching. I don't have an exact launch date, but I would say it's either going to be the very end of March or the first week of April, and I will have a group in there, and that group is included when people sign up for the membership of my app.
Yeah.
I'm sure you and I will do more groups together, but we don't have one planned right now.
Right. We don't have one together. I work, if you're listening, you don't know, I work as a wellness coach. I work one-on-one with a lot of people. And so, like I said in our group today, if you need help and support, Autumn and I are both here to help and support people. It's kind of in all different avenues what we do with
That's
our
what
lives.
we do with our lives.
So you can reach out to either of us.
Okay, we got a good one. This one says, romance in a long-term relationship, especially when you fantasize about another person.
Oh.
We said, ask us your questions. I'm just reading what's here. I guess I would have to say, are you fantasizing about one specific other person, or are you fantasizing just having fantasies about other people? Is it other people, celebrities, that guy's hot? Is it somebody you know and you're starting to form a more intimate relationship with? Because if that's the case,
context matters.
Yeah.
I feel the same. Like, I feel like it probably is pretty normal to, imagine. Like, the fact is, we're still human beings that have sexual desires. And I think it's unrealistic to think once you're with someone, you're never going to think someone's hot, or maybe have some kind of distant fantasy about, like you said, a celebrity or a like character. Maybe if you're reading a book, even a character in a book, you're like, you have like a fantasize or dream about. But that's different than like if you're a coworker at work, you can't stop thinking about, and you're not turned on by your partner that you've been with for a while, and the only way you can be present is if you pretend that it's someone else. I think there's lines.
yes, there's definitely you have to, like you said, context matters, and you have to know what that context is. I will say this about me. If I am in a committed relationship, I don't find myself, I can acknowledge like another guy's hot. Like I'd be like, he's hot. But I don't find myself having any desire to be with another person. That's me. That's just how I am. If I'm in love with somebody and I'm in that relationship, that's who I want to be with. That's who I'm sharing my fantasies with. And it might be like, oh, I had a fantasy about us doing da da da. But it's us. It's not, I have to think about another guy to enjoy intimacy with the person I'm with.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that to me usually is a sign that the relationship is coming to an end. For me personally, I'm not saying somebody else, but I am saying if I find myself struggling to be turned on by my partner and fantasizing about somebody else, we have lost a connection, and we either need to work to get it back, or that is going to come to an end for me. That's just me personally.
What if you're, well, I guess for you personally, maybe you don't have these kind of fantasies. Like, what if your fantasy was like, not anti your partner?
Like a threesome?
Maybe.
Is that what you're about to ask me?
Maybe. But also, even if you fantasize someone, but there's no lack of satisfaction with your partner.
I don't. Like, personally,
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm with somebody and I'm in it,
That's who you have eyes for.
that's who I have eyes for. Like, I've literally had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson standing in front of me, and I'd be like, he's hot. But it's my man that I want.
Yeah.
If I'm with my man and I'm in love with that person, I'm with that person, you could be Brad Pitt standing in front of me, and I'd be like, he's hot.
Mm-hmm.
But I still want my guy.
Yeah, I am a very emotionally, like my
Yes.
sexual desire are very connected also to my emotions.
Yes.
And I've never been the kind of person who's like, just has I can't get these sexual desires out for someone I have no emotional connection with. And so if I'm not feeling connected to a partner, it's probably because there's also an emotional disconnect
Right,
for
exactly.
me. Because if I'm like, if emotionally we're present, then
That's why I was saying, yeah, it would come. And by the way, I'm also 45. If you were asking me in my 20s, that might be a different story. This just says edibles.
I love them.
Yeah, we should have done one.
We should have.
Damn it. We still have yet to do
real
an edible
talk.
episode.
I know.
We need to.
Next time,
That's going to be a good one.
Yes. So I used to not like edibles,
Okay.
and I don't know why I persisted. Because usually if you don't like something, they made me feel heavy, kind of like in my head. Like I couldn't be as social and fun. But I think after a couple times doing it, all of a sudden I was like, oh, this is fun. And now I have found that if I have a little bit of an edible, like half an edible or something like that, I want to drink way less, but I still get a little bit of a buzz if I want one.
I did not try an edible until I was, 41? Aside from alcohol, no drugs whatsoever for your girl. I've never smoked weed. I was 41 when I tried an edible. I was scared to death to try, but I finally did. Had the best time, laughed my ass off. And so it is something that I will have every once in a while. Like I don't have them regularly, but like I kind of prefer that over alcohol because I'm not a big drinker. We know this about me, but it's because like part of it, well, one, I know, how it wreaks damage on our health, but also like when I was in my 20s, yes, I could have a couple drinks and get a buzz. I don't really get a buzz. What I get is I don't feel anything. Now I have the spins and I don't feel good and I'm just ready for the night to be over. So everybody else would be drinking and having fun. And I'm like, I am not in the silly place that you guys are. Yeah. So I do love like a little half of an edible for that. But we also know when I take an edible,
other bad decisions might be made.
They usually revolve around cookies, you guys. They're not revolving around calling somebody, sexing. No, it usually involves a large order of cookies.
Well, but your friends love it. Sharing is caring. But also, you should say, like, there's things you don't love. They dehydrate the shit out of me. Like, I literally, like... It's almost to me more of a hangover than like what alcohol would be, because I don't drink enough alcohol. But I know my edible is hitting right when my mouth turns into a sweater. And I cannot drink enough water. There is no amount of hydration. And I'm just like, my eyeballs get dry. And then you have a weed pee and you're in the bathroom. Oh my God.
And then I have a gummy pee where I literally am like, guys, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm going to go pee out every bit of liquid in my body. And you're high. So it feels like you're in there for 20 minutes. And I'm like, is it still going? And you literally like look down. And I'm like, I really am still peeing. And I come out and I expect everybody to like be gone and the lights to be off. Like the night's over.
Yeah. No, I don't feel those kinds of things as strong. Sometimes I do feel a little bit of a gummy. Like if I have more than I usually do, more milligrams or grams or whatever it is of THC than I usually do, then I might feel a little bit of a like grogginess the next day. But alcohol now in my 40s, I go to bed at night if I drink alcohol and I just feel like shit. It's like I feel my body going woo, 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 and I haven't even had a lot.
Why are we doing this?
It's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I don't know. And so
you tell me, body.
So that's why to gummies I say hell yeah.
So there you go, edibles. This just says make wellness. Y'all need to ask a question. I don't know. Like we said, what do you want us to talk about? Make wellness. What about it? D cells make wellness. I don't know. What do you want to say?
That's all I can say. I love it.
Great.
Yeah.
I will say this. I think when people mention it, especially when it's you and I talking, I think people think I have some sort of negativity towards it. That is not accurate.
Yeah.
When everything happened with BODi, there was a lot happening all at once. There was a lot of things being said about BODi. There was a lot of things like people that had one day loved BODi supplements, all of a sudden bashing and moving on and all of those things. And somehow I got lumped into because I'm BODi trainer. I love the BODi supplements, worked diligently with a team of doctors and specialists to create the Belvital supplements. I think people assumed like she has something horrible to think or say or feel. I don't care. There's a lot of supplement brands out there that are great. I don't use all of them. I have ones I like, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I think also something like I sat down it's so funny. Nell and I on our way home sat next to this woman on the plane who was there for a convention of a different company.
Okay.
And we were like, so what do you sell? And she said, peptides. And so we started asking her questions, and it became very clear to me very fast that she had no idea really what she was talking about. And I do think that because of the excitement for some people about it, I think that people who are familiar with peptides, especially therapeutic peptides that have been being used for a long time and available through med spas or doctor's offices and stuff like that. Then when you just hear a lot of people saying, these are peptides, I do think, and I'm not mad at it, you took a pause. Like, hold
Me?
on. What, yes.
Absolutely.
Like,
And I'll
what
explain,
does
but
that
go
mean?
ahead.
And so I feel, and you know, I don't want to necessarily go on and on about it.
Yeah.
I feel like now, later, having learned more, for me, I understand the difference. And there is a very big difference between what traditionally, like, what people have been using as injectable peptides, how they work in your system versus what I don't know if Make token the term bioactive precision peptides, but they're not the only company who uses these natural peptides,
Right.
But they work differently. And I just think for a bunch of people saying peptides, you might have taken a pause because of that.
Well,
and when I say a bunch of people, I'm not talking about anyone specific. I'm talking about a huge wave of people now, like, you know.
I did take a pause, and my pause was that people were jumping on the selling it before they had ever even tried it because the company hadn't launched yet, and me saying, you don't even know what it is, you haven't tried it yet. The only thing I know about peptides is what I've used, which was and is injectable peptides. Like I've used BPC 157 and CJK and or CJC 1295 and GHK. Like those are things for skin and wound healing and things like that I've used, like when I had surgery or when I've had the injury in my shoulder and stuff like that. So yes, that was a year ago, and that was my initial reaction to when people were like, "Oh my God, this is the next thing." And I was like, hold on.
Pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes and learn what it is and try it.
Yeah.
And other than that, I haven't used it, so I can't say.
Yeah.
And that's it. And like, I have no issue with you.
Well, I was going to say the only other thing I want to say about that topic right now is that you have always been so supportive of me and celebrated like my wins in selling it. And like, I've never felt weird about using it, but like you've been nothing but supportive.
No,
so it's like
bring it on trips and have it with you now, and I don't like
exactly.
So anywho, there you go. Dealing with emotionally immature parents and when to divorce them. Well, as fast as you can. I have those. Two of them.
When I say did, you say divorce.
No, it's more than anything, I guess. You know, it's different for everybody. And it really depends on like, what does emotionally immature mean? And how does that make you feel? And how does it influence your like life? Even my relationship with my mom and my dad, both emotionally immature and crazy in their own right. But my dad is still in my life. My mom is not. And there's a lot of reasons for that. So I like, that is such a hard thing. Like I only have my perspective on how things happened between my parents. Neither one of them did great, but yet they did the best they could. I'm still here. My dad tortures me in his own ways as a 74-year-old man now who acts like a child that I'm raising. And my mom is just not in my life, mostly by her choice, but also by my choice, because there were just things that were happening that I was like, yeah, as a full-grown woman, like we just have to take responsibility for how we're behaving. And at the end of the day, one of us is a parent and the other one is the kid, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, and there are certain things I just couldn't accept, especially like how siblings, like my siblings and I are treated differently. Like significantly differently. Like, so just lots of things like that. But listen, I feel for anybody that has to deal with it because it's hard.
Yeah, I would say
And your parents were young when they had you.
they were.
I think your parents are much more emotionally mature
Yeah, I think
than
so.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like-
we all, the fact is, I guess we all have our blind spots of our own immaturity and emotional immaturity, but I have a great relationship with my parents. The biggest thing I would say to someone just for advice about that is set boundaries. And if your parents continue to totally disrespect or disregard your boundaries, then I don't, the word divorce, I don't know, but that's when you need to set bigger or create more space or just say, like, I was going to the church I went to, the pastor was like, if you don't even want to spend a Tuesday with these people, you don't have to spend a holiday with them.
Right.
And it just kind of is like protecting your peace is important. And at a point where if there's no way for you to protect your peace, that's when you have to ask, okay, do I need them in my life?
Right. I think that's kind of where I got to with certain things. What my mom was like, we weren't getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Despite efforts. And with my dad, I just have to keep boundaries up more of like, look, I can't answer the phone all the time. Like, we got in an argument because like I was driving to Vegas for High Rocks and like pouring down rain and stuff. And he calls. I'm like, hey, Dad. And the first thing is like, he's calling to tell me a problem or calling to tell me that what he needs help with. And I know that's hard for him. Like he's a very stubborn Italian man, prideful. And so like even asking me for help is a hard thing. But sometimes as the kid who's doing a lot in life, like sometimes I'm just like, you could just start the conversation with, how are you?
Yeah.
What's going on with you? So when that phone rings, depending where I'm at in my day and my emotional state, I have to very quickly take stock of if my mood can take a tank.
Yeah.
Because it'll take me a minute to recover from the conversation. I know it's going to be heavy. I know it's going to irritate the shit out of me. And I know I'm going to have to pull myself out of it. And so it's like, if I've got meetings back to back and things like that, or like I'm having a great day and I just don't want to be brought down a level, I might just put that off for a day or so.
Yeah.
So that would be my thought on that. Okay. Red flags to look for when dating and experiences with toxic relationships. How long is the episode?
Yeah. How much time you got?
I've had a lot of experience with toxic relationships.
I say one of the first red flags is follow through. If right in the beginning, someone makes a plan, cancels it, okay, does it again, doesn't respond. Like if you get a lot of that, then in my opinion, it's like, okay, this is a red flag. Like
yes.
Someone should be putting their best foot forward in the beginning of something, and especially early on, if they're not following through or showing up how they say they will, that's a red flag. You ain't got time for that.
Yes, I would say also like I watch how they treat other people too. Like everybody from the waiter, like the server when you're out at a meal. If you're around and they're on the phone with somebody and how's that conversation? Like, again, it's not like I'm like analyzing everything, but if you start to see like, wow, they're really aggressive or they're not very nice or like things like that, those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you start talking about like eventually past relationships come up. And if it's like, if you see patterns that wouldn't be patterns that you would want to deal with, or if you hear like, oh, it was like, and then this happened with this person, and then this happened, or like, oh yeah, I wasn't faithful to that one, and oh, I wasn't. You're not going to be the one to change them,
right?
You're not. Like they have to want to change on their own, like. But I actually think follow through is one of the biggest things, and just like not ignoring your intuition. Sometimes it's just the littlest things. Like I can look back at past relationships, like guys that I've dated and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, like how did I not recognize that thing?
Yeah.
And go, oi, get the hell out now.
Yeah.
Because that's only going in one direction and it's not one you want to be a part of. Like pay attention to like when you're going to have arguments when you're in a relationship. Pay attention when you have that first argument and if they fight fair or not. Because when you're in a relationship and you really know somebody, that's when you can fight the dirtiest. Whether like, because that's, people's trigger points. And if they use them against you, that's not good. Because there was like one person I dated who was younger than me. And like in general, he's a great guy. But like he didn't fight fair. He knew ways to hit my buttons, but I also knew ways to hit his. And so if he hit mine, I knew very quickly how to respond to that, how to trigger right back. And it was like, that's not healthy.
Yeah, at that point, you're just hurting each other.
Yeah.
You're not even
like
fighting for something.
Yeah, you're not working to resolve the issue. You're just trying to like one up the hurt. So like, do they fight fair? Do they stay calm in a situation? Like,
something for me is name calling. Like adults call because I understand getting passionate, getting loud. We've talked about that before. We both come from those worlds where it's like that's just my normal voice.
Yeah.
But and I'll speak aggressively, but I do not call names.
No.
Like if someone when I see people in relationships who are like, you're a piece of shit. You're like stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God.
How do you ever let that go? That's got to play in your mind forever.
I could not be in a relationship like that. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I lost my temper. Well, that's not okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you're dumped.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. You also lost your boyfriend or your girlfriend. So bye. Yeah. Those would be some that I would say. Someone said your honest opinion about BODi. If you don't know, let me be very clear, you guys. I have so much love for that company. Like I have so much love for all the opportunities BODi has given me. So much respect for everybody that I have worked with, for the quality of work that BODi has put out, not just in the time I've been there, but like I think it's like 28 years that BODi has been in business. Like, I'm sorry, but they led the way. Like, I know everybody's got an app now. I know even I'm launching my own. I haven't left BODi. That is my home. That is my family. That is the company that gave me my shot and took a chance on me. And I have like nothing but the utmost love and respect for it. And like, good feelings. And even though things changed, and I know it was hard for people, and I know just change in general is hard. And even now, I think people looking like there's another question, and it was like, where'd all the trainers go? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, first of all, we're independent contractors. We've always been independent contractors. And our contracts have changed where we're allowed to go do some other things now that maybe we weren't allowed to do like when I first started with the company. But like, and some people have chosen to go do other things, but that doesn't mean that they wouldn't get asked necessarily to do something again. Like, I mean, I have had plenty of talks with Carl, with Jonathan, like, I'm not gone. Like, if you have something for me, hit me up. Like, let's talk about it. Let's do it. But also in the meantime, I have ideas and things I want to work on. So I'm doing the app. So
someone talked to me. I was actually at a Make Wellness event over the weekend. And someone came up and was like, quietly said, and I still love BODi. And I was like, girl, so do I. You don't have to whisper. Like it is totally fine. I think people just get confused because the business changed a little bit. And a lot of people were like what were called BODi partners or coaches. But the fact is BODi, and by saying BODi, what started it all was pressing play on a program. Changed the trajectory of my life, and I wouldn't change it for anything. And I too still love BODi. I love the workouts. I know that they work. I know that I never used the full line of BODi products, but not because I have something against them. It's like that's a consumer market. You use what you like, you get different things, but I don't have anything bad to say about BODi.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's sad that it changed, like, but that doesn't mean that the programs aren't the shit. And you know what I mean? That they show results, that people have lost hundreds of pounds. Like, I wonder how many the collective.
Oh my God, it's hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
If not millions.
Right.
Yeah. So science backed, proven, like, we put the work in over there.
Yeah.
And I love that because honestly, without it, I don't know that I would have the strength and courage and confidence to go now do my own thing. I have learned so much. And still continue to, that I'm like, I can now do certain things over here on my own and also still get to be a part of it. It's the best of both worlds. Like, I'm thrilled about it.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. Love some tips on finances and if you've ever done anything awesome with your money.
I got to think about that one. First of all, we say this is you're not getting professional advice here, but especially when it comes to finances, run if you're starting to listen to advice from me, because the bitch doesn't know shit. But if she likes something and thinks it's cute, she's going to find a way to get it. I'm talking about myself. What about you? You go, I have to think.
I mean, in general, I feel like I've always been really good with my finances. We were talking about this. Like, I've always been the one, like, guys, I've been paying for things on my own since I was 14 years old. Like, the bill comes in, I write the check, I send it out. I tracked everything all the time. Yes, I have my investments. Yes, I also like to buy property because that's something I understand fairly easily. Not buying in this market right now. But I think just making sure you have a budget, like making sure you understand what's coming in, what you're spending, not spending willy-nilly. What is, like, are there certain things you want? Because if there is, then there's certain things that you also maybe aren't buying or aren't doing as often. I love watching Dom right now because Dom's working.
Mm-hmm.
And this
his
kid,
first job.
Yes. And let me tell you, he hoards money. He's like, Mom, I've saved almost $7,000 already. And I was like,
oh my God.
Good for you. And he gives me money towards his car. He pays for his own gas. Like, when he does stuff with his friends, he needs to pay for it. So he's not like just getting to take his whole paycheck and stash it. He picks up shifts all the time. Like, I'm like, where are you? And all of a sudden I like look at Life 360 and I'm like, oh, he's at work.
That's awesome.
Like, so like, just, knowing what your goals are. And then in terms of, have I done anything awesome with my money? I feel like I don't go around like tooting my own horn because that feels weird and that's not why I do certain things. But for several years now, every holiday season, I've teamed up with my girlfriend, Emily Favre. I teamed up with Moira Casaba, and we have done gifting for my brain just,
or like, not, I don't know if orphanages, but
yes, but for
like foster homes.
Foster homes. Thank you. Like, literally, my brain went blank.
But together we'll get there.
More creatine.
Yeah.
But gifting for foster homes, and like, we're talking about 30, 40 kids where like they'll make Amazon wish lists, and I try to get everything that these kids put on them. Like, now, sometimes they put like iPhones and stuff like that. And I don't get those things because they have monthly bills and stuff like that need to be kept up. But like, if they, like, some kids are asking for like socks and a book bag, or like a baby doll, but like one kid I remember like asked for a bike, and I was like, fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could be there to see their face when they get to see that bike there.
Yeah.
One foster home was more girls that were in high school. And so like they had makeup and dresses for dances and stuff. And it was like, I sent all of that. I sent BODi bikes and weights and stuff because for school, they had to exercise a certain amount of time, but they didn't really have any equipment.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I would cater, because there would be at least 3 foster homes at a time that I would do. So I would cater Christmas Eve dinner for them. I would let the foster home pick where they wanted dinner from. And even the foster home, I would be like, well, what do you guys want for dinner? And they'd be like, well, could we do like fettuccine and could we do chicken? I'm like, of course. And what else? And they're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, like salad, dessert, like it's Christmas Eve. Like, let's do it up. And then I would send like always a activity for all the kids to do. So like if there was 30 kids, 30 gingerbread houses would get sent so that they had something fun to do that night. Just because, like, this is their, like, I want them to have those memories. So I've gotten to do stuff like that. Obviously, I've done fun things for me and Dom, like taking Dom to Europe and stuff has been incredible. I've done a lot just in supporting my family, like helping with my nephew's schooling and things with my brother, things with my sister, taking care of my dad. To me, that's awesome because I didn't come from that.
Yeah.
Like I came from very blue collar, paycheck to paycheck. So getting to do those things is pretty awesome.
Yeah. I had an experience like that too. I think I've talked about it on here before, but I was in I made a large sum of money and I just felt like it was such a blessing. And shortly after that, I was sitting in a church service, and this family who was trying to adopt a child was like, we've exhausted all of our means, all of everything we can collect, and we're still like, a few $1,000s from being able to adopt this child. And I was like, this is what you're supposed to do when you have the means. Like in my mind, I was like, oh my God, this is part of being a part of that flow,
Mm-hmm.
And so I donated the amount that they said. I forget the exact amount.
Yeah.
But it was really a cool thing for me to be able to experience at that time. It just feels good. Like because like when you say whatever the thing was, amazing things with your money or whatever, it's like, well, that can be so different for so many people. But really giving and being generous is the most amazing thing you can do.
BODi, speaking of BODi, they team up with Hope of the Valley, which is sort of like in between housing to get people off of the streets. And so I've worked with them before too. And when I first started like working with them, they would ask me to like go to the turkey trot and lead the warm up for the turkey trot. And then they gave me a tour of like the homes and showed me like how the families live in them and stuff. And it was right around the holidays, and they were talking about how they still needed to raise money and how many people they feed like Thanksgiving dinner to. And it was literally like thousands and thousands of people. And I was like, what does that cost just to feed like Thanksgiving dinner? And he said, Ken told me, he was like, $10,000 on average is what it costs. And so I just wrote him a check.
That's awesome.
And he was like, wait, what? And I was like, now Thanksgiving is covered. And so whatever's coming in, put that towards Christmas.
Yeah.
Like things like that I love getting to do that.
That's awesome.
Super fun for me. It's so funny because we had 2 finance questions. Okay. I'm seriously considering breast implants. What's your advice on approaching this? Do your research. Make sure you're going to a really good doctor. Like, check out their website, check out making sure like their credentials are on point. When I was doing mine, like I scoured before and after pictures. There was like multiple doctors I was leaning between, but the doctor that has done mine, the multiple times I've had mine redone, and the first time I had them done, loved. Second time I had them done, it was because after I had them done before I had Dom, then I breastfed, so my skin stretched. So I kind of needed a slightly bigger implant to fill the skin back in. So I went same doctor again, loved it, great bedside manner, talked me through everything, explained, like really heard what my concerns were. And then the last time I had them redone, I just wanted to go smaller. And I was like, Dr. Linder, I want to go smaller. And he was like, okay. And I was like, if you have to do the lollipop lift to take the skin off, do it. And he was like, I will not ruin those breasts. That's what he said to me. He's like, we'll do what I call a poor man's lift. So it's stuff like that like,
what's a lollipop lift?
They literally like they make an incision down and then around, and they cut off some of the skin and then they pull it tighter. Okay. Because in order to go smaller, the skin's already been stretched.
Right.
And since he didn't want to give me that scar, he had to, sorry, this is going to be graphic. So if it wigs you out.
We talked about anal a few weeks ago.
No, I just mean if people get like
surgery and
queasy,
cutting.
Yeah. They remove your areola, like the whole areola, pinch the skin in that way, and then put the areola back on after they've put the smaller bag in.
And have you lost sensation?
I have not.
That's great.
Yeah. But yeah, just like, the biggest reason I ended up picking Dr. Linder when I did, which one, his pricing was fantastic, but it wasn't like cheap, but compared to other doctors, I was like, okay, his bedside manner was great. And when I looked, there was no before and after picture that I wasn't impressed by. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, those are nice. Ooh, those are nice. Yeah. It was like every single picture was amazing. And then I realized like the more I researched him, he was like world renowned for breast augmentation.
My advice for getting your breast done is go big or go home.
Okay.
What would Dolly do?
That's not my advice.
I had a friend in Nashville who was like, she told someone that she had her boobs done and she was like, I got out of my first boob job and I said, put me back under. We need to go bigger.
Oh my gosh.
I'm obviously kidding about my advice, but she did say that.
I do know 2 people that have actually been like that. They were getting them and they were friends of mine, and I was like, don't, careful how small you go. Like, you don't want to go through all of that to like, feel like it's no different.
Right.
And they did, both of them ended up going back in a couple years later to
Went
go
a little
just
bigger.
a little bit bigger, just to like, and also just understand you're going to be down, listen to your doctor, follow the recovery process properly. Don't jump back into lifting weights. Like you're probably going to end up going lighter when you do chest exercises. Always be aware of that. Focus on posture, because before you know it, you got these big old bags and they pull you forward. Okay. How to increase your libido in women? Again, you guys, I mean, I'm not.
It rhymes with helmetol. Belvital. A lot of people had great results doing that.
Yes, I was going to say, I'm just laughing that you said it rhymes with. I'm like, why?
I don't know why.
But yeah, one, making sure, your hormone levels are balanced, but also I just think that sometimes when it comes to libido, it's a use it or lose it kind of situation the older you get. And you got to make time for it. You know what I'm saying?
Prioritize it.
It doesn't know. You can also prioritize a quickie. You can also prioritize a little make-out sesh. It doesn't even have to be the full thing.
Take action.
Yeah.
It's easy to fall into a rut. I know I'm not a female and the question was specifically about that, but it's easy to fall into a rut and just like, because life is busy and you have this pulling you and this pulling you. And if you don't think, okay, this is important, I need to direct my mind to this area, sometimes it will. Like, you hear about people, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months. And it's like, okay, could it, if you just put effort there, you know?
And ladies, I'm sorry, like sometimes that effort, it's more about you than even your partner. And what I mean by that is like, what makes you feel sexy? Like, don't go 2 weeks without shaving your legs. That doesn't feel sexy. There ain't no way that mood is going to strike, because if your situation ain't situated, you're not going there.
Yeah.
Like you just don't feel hot, sexy, ready for it. Maybe you do, by the way, if not
you don't
shaving your legs is
but
your
whatever
thing.
it is.
But I'm just saying, like, whatever it is, like, dress in a way that makes you feel sexy, makes you feel confident. Because I've gone through those phases, and it's usually when I'm so busy that I'm not even bothering to do the hair, or do the makeup, or put the outfit on that makes me feel cute, or like, we joked with 80-day obsession, like the amount of women that got pregnant doing 80-day obsession was hilarious. And yes, of course, you're eating healthy and you're taking care of yourself, but you're exercising, you're losing weight, you're feeling good, muscles are toning up. You're all of a sudden your partner's noticing, you feel cute. And so guess what? You start feeling cute. You start feeling a little sassy.
Brown chicken, wow, wow.
Brown chicken, brown chicken, brown
Yeah, brown chicken, brown cow.
But it's because you're doing the things that make you feel good.
Yeah.
Listen, dating or not, I am, because I want to feel that. I want to feel sexy for me. And then when the guy comes around, great.
Right.
This says, what's happening with the celeb super skinnies trend? I'm saying, I'm not here for it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't.
It's going that way. And I think we can probably agree that a lot of it has to do with people using GLP-1s that maybe don't necessarily need it, and then using them for way too long.
Yeah, like using them past needing, like, I don't.
I'm not saying they don't need them. I'm just saying, like, there are certain celebrities where you're just like, oh my gosh, what is happening right now?
Yeah, like how, what is the goal here?
Yeah.
Do you know that food is your friend? And I don't say that to be
so is muscle mass and bone density.
That's what I mean. Like, you need to be fueling yourself. You should be thinking about your body composition. And I think that, and we all know it different, like, you know more than I do, and I know more than like some people listening. When you're in the public eye, you feel a different kind of pressure.
Of course.
And there are people that we can only imagine what they must feel, that they can't go in public without people taking pictures or talking about their bodies or saying this or that. And it's sad to me that we live in a society where some people just feel better or more accepted the smaller they get. I guess it's sad to me. I'm not mad about people who want to take action, and if they have weight to lose and want to lose it, that's one thing.
Of course.
But just like chasing that really, really,
I do not want to get back to this heroin chic look. That was like, that is not it.
Right.
And that, like, I'm always aiming for strong, for toned, for healthy, for functional movement. But yes, right now you are seeing, and again, it's women. It's not, you're not looking at necessarily guys who are at a weight that would be deemed unhealthy. It's women. And so there is that pressure there. I get it. I don't know. I mean, it's there. And like you said, people are dealing with things that we can't even probably imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not to have a judgment on it, but it's more to say, I hope that we don't end up back there.
And the other thing is the question being about celebrity.
Yeah.
Did I fully interrupt you?
I was trying to form my thought. I'm trying to get my words in.
Fully being about celebrities, I don't want it then for like young teenage girls.
Kind of where I was trying to get to
think, oh, this is what I need to look like to be hot, because that's what famous people look like, or to be pretty, because that's the thing. That's why I love J-Lo through the 90s has always looked healthy.
Yeah.
I can't remember any tabloid of anyone being like, oh my God, she's whatever, which I hate that tabloids cut women's bodies on covers like that. But I'm just saying that's my biggest thing, because for each individual, you just hope the best for them and that they are healthy and whatever. I try not to think it because I focus on myself. But when it comes to celebrities, you don't want it to affect young girls.
Right. And so, I think in general, though, the best thing that all of us can do is continue to, here's what I will say. Let me say this and I'll finish that thought, is like, there's one thing, we watch this pendulum swing, right? Like I think Twiggy started it in the 70s. Twiggy was the very super thin model. Then if you look at the models of the 80s were not they were like the Cindy Crawfords and the Tyra Banks, like beautiful and a little more curvy, a little bit more muscle. Then we went into the 90s and that went heroin chic. So it was kind of like circled back to that Twiggy kind of era, like super tiny, skinny again, like nobody eating. And then in the 2000s, it's a little like, it wasn't quite so heroin chic, but it definitely wasn't back to what it was in the 80s. Then the last 5 years, we had more of the body positivity movement, and I'm all for body positivity, so I don't want anybody to take that the wrong way. But I think we saw the pendulum swing really hard for the first time, maybe in the exact opposite direction. And so what goes up must come down. So here comes that pendulum coming right back the other way again. And now we're starting to see it move towards that super skinny, but I still think we're in a world where a lot of people want to be fit and strong and look healthy. And I think that's going to continue to take center stage. At least I hope it does. But what I was going to say is the one thing that never goes out is just that is eating healthy and exercising. It takes work. It takes consistency, but that's always going to leave you feeling your best. That's what I think.
Yeah. I have a friend who has been using GLP-1, and we were talking, and she's used it, in my opinion, which I'm not a medical professional, but super responsibly. And she has, like, when she feels like she's having a hard time eating, she asked them to take her down. She's gone to every other week. Like, she's not managed it like someone who's just full steam ahead, blinders on. I want to become as small as I can.
Right.
And we also were having we've had a lot of conversations about that, about like how she feels about the change, because it's such a psychological thing. So I think it's interesting. What's unprecedented about this pendulum is everyone's access to those type of weight loss drugs, which I think are an amazing tool. But I do wonder what we'll see in the future about how they're taken too far at times.
Yes.
So
agreed.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, there's that. How you and Donald knew you were each other's person. When he said, shh, no talking.
No talking. Yeah, honestly, we clicked right away.
Yeah.
And our friendship grew stronger and we grew closer. But I was always like you became one of my girls from day one, you know?
Yeah. I think when there are just certain people, like you said, you click with from day one. And when you realize like that you can fully be yourself around somebody very quickly, you found one of your people.
Yeah, you want those people in your life.
Yes, because there are definitely people who I've been friends with over the years where I'm like, great, we have a great time together. But I wouldn't necessarily fully open up and be 100% me the same way I am with other people.
Yeah.
Like you know all.
And it's so nice.
Where the skeletons are.
Yeah.
The skeletons are. You just let me be stupid and not feel stupid.
Right. It's really great. If you don't have a friend around you that you don't feel you have to keep a facade up for, it's not that, you know, sometimes you might not want your friend to call you on your shit. And you also do want friends who will do that. But to just be able to keep it 100% real is so refreshing.
Are you morning people or night owls? What are your favorite supplements?
My current issue is that I'm a morning and a night person. So that's great.
Yeah. I'm more of a morning person in terms of like, I prefer to be up early, get my day going.
Me too.
But I can be a night person more now than I have in the past. But Dee knows if you don't get me out of the house at a certain time, there ain't no way.
I mean, me being a night person, I enjoy quiet evenings watching TV. I'm a big lighting guy. I always have mood lighting set up, different colors and stuff. And I don't want to go to bed because I enjoy that environment so much. So that's like why sometimes I don't go to bed as early as I should. But I'm a morning person. I feel really good in the mornings.
And I prefer, like, I want to wake up and get my day started. If I wake up late in the day, then I feel like I'm behind. My favorite supplements. I mean, the BODi supplements, Belvital, stress support, blood sugar and metabolism, pre and probiotics, digestive enzymes, Energize, Shakeology, Thorn creatine, JS Health magnesium, JS Health detox debloat when I need it. I use Mary Ruth's organic hair growth. Like, I have certain ones that I diligently do not miss every single day. And I have certain ones that I'm like, I use them multiple times a week, but maybe not every single day. I mean, obviously you have your make ones. Go ahead, rattle yours off.
Well, my favorite is they have a product called Fit, and that's like my I want to have it every day. I fully believe that it's making a big difference. And then they have other, and they're hydrated. And two, like, I love what I'm seeing about creatine. And I think that's really important because I've gone through phases of using it and not using it if I want to build muscle, but realizing all the benefits that's there. So I would say, like, good hydration is just so important. So if I was to pick three, it would be that I like Makes Fit. They're hydrated. I love creatine. I was talking to you about a brand. I might try Thorn. I'm sort of in limbo there. I've also been taking this testosterone supplement that's supposed to really help boost your body's natural production of testosterone. And the jury's out. So I'll let everyone know if I think.
Stay tuned.
I'm just sort of like seeing if I notice a difference.
I also love essential amino acids. Like I've used Keon quite a bit. That's like the main one. There's another brand I've tried too that I like. It's why isn't my brain functioning right now?
We did an episode about that.
It's called Perfect Aminos. Good Lord.
Everything's perfect.
Except my memory. Getting over a breakup. Was there one already? I'm hurting. That's not, I get it. I went through one last year and it is not easy. And I wish I had some great advice on it. And the only thing I can say that tends to help is time. Yeah. And that's the hardest part because you can't rush it. It's like you have to feel the feelings, having a great friend that will let you talk about it and cry about it, but will also pull you out of it and take you to do something fun. And I also think just, the world is so big and it's full of so many people. And when you have that loss of like that person you were in the relationship, cared about, loved, you can feel like you're never going to find it again, or can just feel like so lonely, or like what's wrong with me? And you have to remember that sometimes when a relationship ends, there's nothing wrong with you. That just ran its course. And that is probably one of the hardest things, because you're like, well, they didn't choose to want me forever. Well, first of all, I know like this is easier said than accepted, especially when you're in the hurting process. But like, if that is how they feel, you don't want somebody to stay with you if they are not wanting to 100% be there. And even though it hurts, like it's going to be better in the long run.
Yeah. I also like general advice about this is so many times when we're mourning the loss of a relationship that no longer exists, especially a romantic one, a lot of times what we're mourning is the loss of our ideal of it, like what our vision of what it was, like what we imagined it could be,
where it was going, and all the things we were going to do.
Yeah. And like but there, I think it's healthy when you're ready. More, no one can. Grief is something that's on its own time, and there's an element of grief when you go through a breakup. But realizing I didn't lose what I'm imagining, I actually lost something that wasn't working, and just be looking at the realism of what was versus what you wanted it to be, because what you lost probably wasn't what you wanted it to be anyways.
Right, because if it wasn't working, if it was working, it wouldn't have ended.
Yeah.
And by the way, like you might have felt it was working, but you probably felt that something was off for them. Right? Like, but it doesn't make it hurt any less.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay to go through it.
Just know that you're gonna be on the other side of it.
Yes.
One day. Okay. How many more do you want me to do?
Let's do 2 more.
Okay. I'm trying to find like
some different ones.
Someone says, how the hell do I get motivated to become more on social, posting daily? What the hell to post? You're asking the wrong 2 people.
Exactly. Honestly, if you aren't trying to make it a job, I don't recommend it. Just post when you want. But if you're like, oh, I want to become an influencer, then you have to look at it as a job. And sometimes I'm not motivated to do my job.
But you got to show up and do it.
Got to do my job.
But you also would have to decide, like, if that is what you want, well, what do you want to do with it?
Right.
Are you into fashion? Are you into makeup? Are you into trying new gadgets, DIY? And then you take it one day at a time from there. Is it fitness? Is it cooking? Like,
yeah.
I just say show up and be really you, because that freaking algorithm changes all the time anyways. And so like, don't think you have to have the craziest edits. Like, I know people do it and that can get so intimidating. Like, it's one of my biggest things. I'm always like, everybody's edits are like so creative. And I'm like, I know that has to take all day. By the time you film it and the time you edit it probably took 3 days. I don't have 3 days to put up one reel. Like, you're going to get what you get.
Yeah, but also there's all kinds of creators. So just remember, like, if you don't have that space, that bandwidth, find someone who's doing it more simple and think, okay, maybe that's my vibe, you know?
Okay.
Last one.
Well, okay, then I don't know if I want to read that one because I don't want it to be all about me. Oh, I'm gonna do two.
Okay.
This says, is it normal for your boyfriend to be obsessed with his dog? Like, so codependent, he showers with it.
I don't want to speak. I don't know if I have a right to say no, but I don't think it's normal to shower with your dog. Yeah, that sounds pretty wild.
Oh my God. That, first of all, what?
Yeah, unless it's only when the dog needs a bath and he's just like,
well, yeah.
But if you're like taking it in every day when you shower, that sounds weird to me. I don't know.
Yeah, that.
I mean,
how big is this dog? It's got to be pretty damn. Can you imagine if I brought Buddy in the shower?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. And then you got to dry it and like
it shakes
so
everywhere.
I'm going to say, I don't think if it's a regular basis that is normal. Loving your dog, absolutely.
Yeah, they're family members.
I absolutely love both of my dogs, but you will never see me walking around the mall with Buddy or Bella. Definitely not Buddy because he's a horse.
Yeah.
But I like when I go to the mall and I see people walking around with the dogs, I'm just like, but I don't understand why the dog is here.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe sometimes people are afraid to leave the dog at home or the dog has anxiety. So I get, my point being is I get that people very much are attached and that's like another member of their family. So they do bring them. But if it's interfering with like your relationship,
normal things,
then that might be excessive. This last one says, is autumn dating and the fucking cottage cheese craze? I was laughing because I was like, what? What?
I love a random combo.
What a random combo. Am I dating? I don't really have an answer to that. Technically,
It's like
no,
you're not, but
I'm
you're
not dating, but I'm not dating somebody right now.
Yeah.
So I'm open to dating, but is there anybody in particular? No, I say this all the time. I'm like, I don't know where y'all meet people. Maybe I'm just too busy with my life.
There is a lot of that too, I think. You're a very busy girl.
But I do not know where I would meet somebody.
I know. Well, sometimes it's like people don't expect to meet. It's like they meet them in the most random places.
I guess.
It's almost like when you aren't looking for it is when it comes.
I think that, and that's probably where I'm at, where I'm just like, I don't know if someone happens upon me. I guess technically, like, I've had some guys sort of reaching out, flirting recently.
But it's not a dating phase yet.
No.
Yeah.
And I also don't know if it's just guys being guys. Here's the thing. I get along better with guys in general. I've got a very strong energy about me.
Sure do.
So,
I'm here to attest.
He's like, So I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if they're flirting or if this is just like, because like I'm not necessarily flirting, but then I'm like, oh wait, are they flirting or are we just being friends? Because you know, when it's same sex, like if it's a girl, I'm like, well, I know we're being friends. If it's a gay guy, I know we're being friends. But I also have so many straight guy friends, but sometimes I'm like, I think we're talking being friends, but then I don't know. Maybe
is this flirting?
Are they trying to get to know me like that? So I don't know. And in terms
TBD.
of TBD and the fucking cottage cheese craze to end it.
I'm worried. I'm allergic to cottage cheese, but I want to jump on this craze because everyone
You're
loves
allergic
it.
to it?
Well, because
of the dairy?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of dairy, and I started having Greek yogurt, but it's cultured, and I feel like cottage cheese is more like, I don't know. But what do you think about it? I mean, people make bread. It's like everything with it.
I think it drives me crazy, just like every major when you see these huge trends that kick off on social.
Like, fine, but cottage cheese isn't magic.
Cheese.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't tend to eat a lot of dairy anymore. I'm going to say it like this. I used to love cottage cheese. And what I mean by that is not that I don't like it anymore. I just don't eat a lot of dairy.
Yeah.
But like cottage cheese with pineapple and a little cinnamon on it was like a very yummy snack. And yes, I see people doing all of these things with it. I'm like, God, it's usually around this protein craze. Oh, and then just have cottage cheese and... Oh, shit.
That's okay.
Well, we'll wrap it up with the main cam. Damn the battery. Everything's perfect except the battery on one of our cameras just died. So let's wrap this up. But fine. But I just think in general, it's kind of like anything. There has to be balance. Like, I don't know. Are people doing it because they're trying to lose weight? Are they going for body recomposition?
I think it's protein and calorie.
Okay. You know,
low calorie, high protein.
Is it low calorie? I don't know. I'd have to look.
It is actually. The macros are pretty good on it.
I was going to say, it depends. I guess I have to look at the macros and I also have to look at what you're adding it to, right? Because then they start adding it with other stuff. And it's like, well, what started off as like a lower calorie snack
It's just skyrocketed.
has just skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So
I will say I'm obsessed with it. I get lost watching these people dip all these veggies and shit into cottage cheese. I don't even eat it, but I watch the videos and then I look for more.
you're a weirdo. I love you.
I'm going to start sending you the videos.
But like, why are you like, why? What's so enticing?
I don't know if it's the crunch or the sound of the food, but they're always like cottage cheese and they put mustard on top of the cottage cheese.
No. That doesn't sound yummy.
I'm just send you the video.
Okay. I don't know. Listen, I would say it's like anything else. If you want to eat cottage cheese, eat it. But should it be your main food group? Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
You probably should get some veggies in there. And if you're really looking for high protein and you're not vegan or like even I guess vegetarian will eat dairy and eggs and sometimes fish if you're pescatarian.
Yeah.
But like otherwise, y'all eat animal protein.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like it's probably a healthy snack.
I'm not saying it's yeah.
But it is funny. It's a craze.
The craze. I think it's just that's where you see social media kick in. One person makes a recipe, it pops off, the thing goes viral, and so then everybody goes, "Well, I have to do something with cottage cheese, or I have to do something with this," and then all of a sudden everybody's doing it, and everybody thinks like that's the new way to eat. That's the new thing to do.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay. Didn't realize cottage cheese was that
I don't think it's that exciting, but all right. Anywho,
that was fun. We'll do this more.
Yeah,
ask us anything.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we're still doing Phone a Friends. We just don't have that segment every week, but you can message us if you want our advice on anything. It can be about anything under the sun, and we'll talk about it. You can email us at everything'sperfectpodcast@gmail.com.
Find us on social, Everything's Perfect Official on Instagram. Not social, on Instagram, because that's the only place we are.
Yeah, we're working on that. We'll see you guys
subscribe,
later.
Follow. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
When I